Best gold I've seen in the box in years. This is definitely going to get us closer to that 2,000 ounce goal.
Shawn Pomrenke, the man the world calls Mr. Gold. But did you know there was a time when he was struggling for every dollar? The machines were broken, the team was scattered, and the dredge named Christine Rose was sinking every day. A loss of $1.3 million. And there seemed to be no way out. But then, one season, everything changed. There was a dig that stunned everyone. Gold worth $5.4 million was found from below. Yes, you heard that right. More than 5 crores earned. But was it all just luck? Or was there something that remained hidden behind the camera? The story doesn't end here. Shawn took life-threatening risks under the Arctic ice. He made some decisions that could make him a legend, or end him forever. And the biggest question, what did he discover? Why do some people still say there is a deep secret behind his success? Why are so many old fans now calling his methods dangerous and dishonest? Is this just a story about gold, or a secret that has been kept from the world until now? This video will reveal everything, every twist, every turn that made Shawn Pomrenke Mr. Gold. So start the video, because this story will keep you hooked until the end. For Shawn Pomrenke, it was a nightmare. The Christine Rose, the dredge that had once extracted gold worth millions, was slowly turning into scrap. Every day, something was breaking down. Sometimes the hydraulic system failed. Sometimes the crane got stuck. With every broken part, his bank balance was leaking. The cost of the operation was skyrocketing, and the gold being extracted was not even covering those expenses. The biggest blow came when Shawn realized that a total loss of $1.3 million had been incurred. This was no small loss. It was at a level where one wrong move could sink the entire business. He had not only his future, but also that of his crew on his shoulders. The atmosphere among the team was also very bad. Everyone was tired, stressed, and slowly losing faith. Some people were mumbling behind his back that maybe Shawn was no longer the same person he used to be. On top of that, the pressure of a TV show was different. The cameras were on all the time, and the network wanted the drama to be maintained. But for Shawn, it wasn't just a show. It was his real life. Losing meant the end of everything. Every day he tried to smile in front of the camera, but inside he was breaking down. There were nights when he thought, "Is it time to sell everything?" But somewhere deep inside, a voice kept saying, "Just one more chance. Maybe the next dive will change everything." Shawn Pomrenke was not just a man standing at this crossroads, he was taking a gamble. A gamble where the stakes were not just money, but fame, identity, and life. Diving under the Arctic. As exciting as it sounds, it is actually insane and deadly. But Shawn Pomrenke had no other option at that time. There were losses, shattered hopes, and sinking businesses in every direction. Now the only option was to go under the ice and find gold. Shawn knew it was a do-or-die decision. The waters of the Bering Sea are freezing cold. Nothing is clearly visible below, only darkness, icy currents, and sometimes water flowing at such a high speed that it can pull a person in. One small mistake, and you can die. When Shawn and his team decided to go ice diving for the first time, some experienced people flatly refused them. "This is madness," someone said, but Shawn was not one to back down. For him, losing now meant losing everything. The situation worsened in the very first dive. Oxygen supply problems, stuck dredge lines, and extreme cold that can make you numb. Once, Shawn's own mask fogged up. He couldn't see, and he crashed into an icy wall. He hurt his head, but he didn't stop. Another time, a diver's fin got stuck in frozen machinery, a few seconds too late, and he wouldn't have been able to get out. These accidents shook the entire team to their core. Every day there was a fear that someone might not come back today. But in this madness, there was a sliver of hope. Shawn remembered an old seismic reading that indicated there was some heavy metal under the ice. There was no solid proof, just a gut feeling, and that kept pulling him back into the water. People ask, why did Shawn take this risk? Because he had nothing left to lose. And if he found something, it could change his entire life. With every dive, with every second, Shawn was inching closer to death. But he could only see one thing: gold. And then, one day, something sparkled beneath the ice and changed everyone's fate. When all was failing and the old methods had failed, Shawn Pomrenke made a decision that any sane person would call crazy. There was no map, no solid clues, just a vague theory and his own guess. He decided that he would now dig in a place that was never even considered a prospecting zone. There was no mention of that place in any report, nor had anyone dug there before, but Shawn was sure that something was hidden there. A feeling like a sixth sense. This decision cost a lot. Heavy machines, special drilling equipment, and deep sampling systems had to be brought in for new digging. Every day the cost was thousands of dollars. The digging went on for weeks, and nothing came back. Just mud, snow, and waste. The team was starting to lose patience. Some people even said that Shawn has gone crazy now, and he would sink the company. But Shawn did not give up. He knew that if he decided to stop now, then there would be no way to return. And then, one day, during the digging, the sound of the machine sounded different, as if it had hit something solid. Shawn himself ran towards the machine. He got the crane pulled up slowly, and when the soil was cleared, what came out from below was such that everyone could not believe their eyes. This was that sinking decision, which could either end him or make him immortal. And this time, luck favored him. For days, nothing had come up, just mud, rocks, and disappointment. But then one morning, as the dredge was pulling up material from the depths, it suddenly made a strange noise. Shawn Pomrenke, who was keeping an eye on every little detail, recognized the sound immediately. This was no ordinary obstruction. The machine had hit something heavy, solid. He immediately halted the operation. Christine Rose's crane slowly came up, and as the silt and ice were removed, a golden glow began to shine through the debris. The team was a little confused at first. Was it just a mineral reflection? But as the water cleared, they had real gold in front of their eyes. Not one, not two, but a whole cluster of solid gold flakes and huge nuggets close by. The kind that only one hears about in storybooks. Some of the pieces weighed more than 2 kilograms, and one of them had such a clear glow that the camera light was reflecting directly off it. Shawn was absolutely silent for a few moments. He was teary-eyed. It was joy, relief, and maybe even pride. The rest of the team was shocked. Some screamed in joy, but there were others who stood quietly wondering, is this real? Or are we dreaming? One diver even joked, we haven't seen so much gold in one go, even on the show. But this time, it wasn't a rehearsal. All the debris went to the processing unit one by one, and when the final valuation was done, the figure that came out took everyone's breath away. Pure gold worth $5.4 million. This discovery not only saved the season, but made Shawn Mr. Gold once again, and perhaps even bigger this time. But the story behind this glitter of gold, it was not just about the mine. It was about a man's persistence, passion, and the risk he took, which turned him from being on the verge of losing everything to being a millionaire. Now the question arises, did Shawn Pomrenke have a premonition that there was something special at that place? Did he dig based on gut feeling only? Or did he have some clue that he had kept hidden from the world till now? In fact, some old stories and rough records already existed about this place, but no one ever took them seriously. Many years ago, when Shawn was helping his father Steve Pomrenke in digging, Steve had heard from an old prospector that there was a strange metal zone under the icy water. At that time, Steve had simply dismissed it by saying that there might be a mineral deposit, but that thought had settled deep in Shawn's mind. Those rough hand-drawn maps, old dive reports, and some unofficial sonar readings. Shawn kept all this with him for years, but he never revealed the whole thing to anyone, probably because, if proven wrong, people would laugh. And if it proved right, he could become the hero of the story. This was his plan. A gamble that only he could understand. Steve Pomrenke's role was very important in this whole journey. He always taught Shawn that gold is not just metal, it's patience and pressure. Even when Shawn was close to giving up, his father never lost faith in him. Although Steve did not appear on screen much this season, his experience and historical data pushed Shawn in the right direction. Shawn believes that the $5.4 million worth of gold that he found was not just the result of his hard work, but the legacy that his father handed over to him. Old stories of this place said that an old Russian expedition ship was once stuck in the ice here, and perhaps they had left some valuables there. No one believed it, but Shawn did. And perhaps this belief turned into real gold that day. As soon as Shawn Pomrenke's $5.4 million discovery was revealed to the world, fans and the media went into a frenzy. But while people were praising him as Mr. Gold, many others started raising questions. Was this all scripted? Some viewers found it all too good and too filmy. Suddenly, digging in an unknown location, changing the sound of the machine, and then finding glittering pieces of gold. The whole story seemed more like a screenplay than a reality show to many. Debates broke out on Reddit, YouTube, and fan forums whether the Discovery Channel made the actual dig a little too dramatic. Another big issue was that what is shown on TV is only a small part of real life. In TV shows, suspense is increased through editing, background music, and cuts. But the actual digging involves months of hard work, repeated failed attempts, and days of no results, all of which are often missing from TV. This led some fans to believe that the accidental discovery of the treasure was perhaps planned just for the show. On the other hand, there was also controversy over Shawn's mining methods. He often digs at a rapid pace, sometimes crossing the limits of the rules. Some former miners and environmental advocates believe that Shawn's method is aggressive and seeks short-term gain. They fear that such digging could harm the seafloor and marine ecosystem. It has also been said that Shawn's team sometimes ignores safety protocols, especially when the cameras are on and the show has to show action. But Shawn has always denied these allegations. He says that he never digs without research, and every step is a calculated risk. He believes that people who are judging the show should go out and dive in the cold for themselves. Then they will know what real hard work is. Shawn's controversial image, on one hand a hero, on the other a risky game player, makes his story even more interesting. After all, behind every legend there are some questions. From the outside, Shawn Pomrenke's life may have seemed like a golden dream. Cameras, fame, and millions in gold. But the story inside was something else. These victories were not as easy as they appeared on TV. Waking up in freezing cold every morning, worrying about the machines, financial pressure, and most of all, the burden of the team's expectations. Shawn found himself at a crossroads every day where everyone expected a miracle from him. At times, he himself began to doubt his decisions. Did he dig in the wrong place? Did he drag the team in the wrong direction? Was all this just a stupid dream? The tension within the team was also deepening. Some people did not speak directly, but their eyes and body language clearly reflected the resentment. Some felt that Shawn was now working only for the show and the camera, having lost the purpose of real mining. And all this was affecting his family. Shawn's family has been a part of the journey, especially his father, Steve Pomrenke. But the long hours at sea, the stress and the exhaustion have strained relationships. The work-life balance has been lost. There are times when Shawn sits alone and wonders, is it all about money? Why is he taking such huge risks? Why is he facing death every day? But then he remembers the day when everything was sinking. And at that time, only one thing was pulling him forward: hope. He didn't start this journey just for money. It was part of his identity, his passion, and the promise he made to himself. I will not give up. Yes, sleep was important, but more important was proving himself. Throughout every exhaustion, every argument, every misunderstanding, Shawn was living for that one moment when everything would turn out to be right. And perhaps this inner battle is what sets him apart from the rest. When the excavation was complete and the debris was brought to the processing unit, Shawn and his team had no idea what they had found. They just thought that maybe some good gold had been found. Just another day, another decent haul. But as the final refining began, the results were astonishing. This time they found pure, heavy, and shiny gold, and not just small nuggets, but multi-layered gold clusters, much larger and purer than usual. The texture of some of the nuggets suggested that they may not be just natural formations, but may have been embedded in something at one time. That is, what was found was not just a mineral buried underground. It was probably part of human history. Some pieces also had slight marks, or cuts, as if they were carved by a tool. At one place, it even looked as if an ancient seal or design had been embossed, which has been worn away by water and time. This got Shawn thinking, is this just gold, or the hidden treasure of an ancient civilization? As the valuation progressed, reports revealed that the total was $5.4 million worth of gold from just one dig. Its rare density made it worth more. But it wasn't just about the money. What was most surprising was the context of the find. After digging through old documents and local legends, it was discovered that a Russian or Scandinavian ship had sunk in the area where the dig took place in the 1800s. Some believed the ship contained gold, religious symbols, and special metals, which were then buried in the ice. While Shawn refused to jump to any conclusions, he did admit that what was found wasn't just metal, it was history. The discovery not only changed his bank balance, but also the meaning of the place. It was no longer just a mine. It was a potential historical site. Perhaps the discovery not only changed his life, but also revived a forgotten story of history. Shawn Pomrenke's discovery not only created a stir in the world of gold mining, but also gave rise to many unsolved questions and theories. When people came to know that such pure and heavy gold had come out from under the ice, and that too in a size never seen before, many theories started emerging on social media, threads, blogs, and videos. The most popular theory was this gold part of a lost ship? There has been a long-standing folk tale among some fishermen in Alaska about a Russian or Scandinavian ship sinking in the late 1800s. It is said that the ship contained religious artifacts, precious metals, and political documents that never reached America. Did Shawn discover the hidden wealth of that ship? The second theory was even more mysterious. Did someone deliberately hide this gold there? Some experts believe that the faint marks and cuttings on the gold pieces do not look natural. Their structure was such that it was as if they were part of an ancient Templar vault or a secret treasure, which was hidden in a difficult area like the Arctic. Apart from this, some theories said even more deeply. Did Shawn know about this place beforehand? Did he have any inside map or local guidance, which he did not reveal in front of the camera? This theory got fuel when some old crew members claimed that Shawn often used to look at an old, hand-drawn map, which he did not show to anyone. Some conspiracy theorists even said that this entire excavation could have been pre-planned, and Discovery Channel was also aware of it. But no concrete evidence of these claims has been found till date. Despite this, one thing was clear. The excavation that was done was not just of metal, it was of history. Shawn himself admitted that there was something in this discovery that may never be fully understood. Maybe this gold tells the tale of a forgotten era, or maybe it's just a coincidence that changed everything. But whatever the truth, one thing's for sure. This discovery has added a mysterious twist to the world of the gold rush. That $5.4 million discovery made Shawn Pomrenke Mr. Gold once again. But now, he was no longer just a miner, but a living legend. That one season elevated his identity, his career, and perhaps his legacy to new heights. People who once called him crazy, stubborn, or a loser were now sharing his photos and saying, "This guy is something else." But for Shawn, it wasn't just a monetary victory. It was a victory for a struggle he had put everything into: health, relationships, team, and even his life. His discovery not only changed his life, it also infused a new energy into the world of gold mining. Now, people are once again thinking about the possibilities beneath the Arctic. And some are calling him the man who opened the last untouched vault. Today, Shawn is working on new projects, and the Christine Rose is no longer just a dredge. It's a part of history. But was this his last big strike? Or are there more secrets to be found beneath the ice? Whatever the case, Shawn Pomrenke's story shows that real victory isn't just about finding gold. Real victory is about not giving up. So friends, you saw Shawn Pomrenke's life-changing journey, which started with a broken dream and reached the reality of $5.4 million. But now the question is for you. Do you think it was just luck? Or did Shawn's planning and passion take him where many people give up? And the secrets that were hidden under that snow, are they still fully revealed? Or are there more big revelations to come? Be sure to tell us your answers in the comments. Do you consider Shawn's victory an inspiration? Or do you think there is something hidden in it? If you found this story exciting, then like the video, subscribe to the channel, and press the bell icon so that the next time we unveil another treasure or secret, you can be the first to know. Because remember, this is not just a bedtime story. It is an example of human courage and determination.